Welcome, everyone. This is another edition of Marketing the Invisible. I'm Tom Poland, beaming out to you from the sunny Sunshine Coast here in Queensland, Australia. Joined today, I must say, a special little treat by Jemimah Ashleigh, and it's a treat not just because it's Jemimah, but she's in Australia. This is a very,
I
you're
am.
a very rare bird. I had no idea other people lived in Australia, Jemimah. It's normally Americans, Europeans, and the Brits. So very warm welcome. Thanks for rocking up. Um,
Representing. I love it. It might just be us here who are doing great things. So here we
Well,
go.
might be. And you are in the coffee capital of Australia, which is
I'm in Melbourne and
Melbourne.
yes,
Melbourne.
everyone says, "Is the coffee as good as you think?" And it's better, actually. 10 out of 10.
Well, the way I describe it to people, our capital city, folks, in my state is Brisbane. In Brisbane, you have to go looking for a cafe with good coffee. In Melbourne, you have to go looking for a cafe with bad coffee because they're pretty
And
much
it's probably closed. Yeah. We've
it's
closed it.
okay.
Everyone told everyone else.
Yeah. It's a whole culture within Melbourne about coffee. New Zealand's similar, by the way, in the cities at least. But anyway, that's enough of caffeination talk. Folks, Jemimah Ashleigh is an award-winning visibility strategist, and that's one of the things we're going to unpack here is how to create a brand that you can't ignore. In fact, that's the title. She's also a published author. She's a speaker. She's really out there working with entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, business owners wanting to build powerful brands through PR, which is public relations, not press release, although I guess press release
100%.
could be part of public relations,
It is.
media and awards. And so folks, these are things that don't require any significant advertising dollars or billboards or, sign writing. You don't have to pay for all that stuff, but you can get these if you're smart, and tap into Jemima's help, you can get massive visibility for a fraction of the cost that that big brands are paying. So that's the thing we're unpacking. Title, as I said, is How to Build a Brand People Can't Ignore. You're gonna kick off the 7 minutes now, Jemimah. Question number 1, who is your ideal client?
Aaron, my ideal client is usually a service-based entrepreneur and business owner who is really good at what they do, but maybe no one knows they exist. They often feel like the best kept secret in their
Yeah.
industry.
Yeah.
And they're doing really well in everything, but just not converting because their brand hasn't figured out how to cut through all the noise. And that person is ready to be visible.
No, and they're probably really annoyed, and that's using a polite word, that there are
Mm.
that they have competitors that are very confident they're not nearly as good as what they do, as your potential client, the people listening to this.
Yeah.
And I'm
They
thinking,
have all the answers and no
doing
one's
that,
buying.
those evil people, their products and services are rubbish compared to ours, and yet they seem to be doing better. So your best kept secret, often that goes hand in hand with, I'm feeling a bit pissed off with these other people.
Mhm.
So tell us, let's go then logically, it goes into the problem you solve. You increase visibility. Anything you wanna add
Yeah.
to that?
So absolutely, we increase visibility, but we make business brands so good that they can't be ignored. We actually show that you do the work, and I think I like to think of it as most business owners feel like they're hiding in plain sight, like they're putting social media posts that's not getting anywhere. So we bridge
Right.
that gap. We do that through strategy, storytelling, positioning, and thought leadership. And we really help people going from completely forgettable to being unforgettable and making sure that people are seeing you, making sure that you're turning heads, winning awards, getting media attention for something you were already doing to begin with.
I'm sure we've all had that experience queuing in a, bakery or somewhere like that. There's not an orderly queue, and every man and their dog seems to get served, quarter of an hour later, you're still waiting to be served, and it's kinda like that for business owners sometimes. They feel like they've been putting their hand up for quite a while and still not getting picked. So what would you say are some of the typical symptoms that your ideal clients experience before they engage with you? Now, you've mentioned one already. They're probably posting on social media, but hearing
Yeah.
crickets. What else are they
Uh,
gonna notice that'll kinda give them a heads up they should be talking with you?
Yeah, we often hear like I'm stuck in the scroll, like I'm being seen, like I'm lots of eyes on my ad, no one's making any impact.
Okay.
So they're often looking at speaking engagements or their competitors is a big one too, who are winning awards, who are out there getting media features, and they're really stuck in like, how did they even do that?
Right.
Or I want to do that, and they're waiting often for someone to come and tap them on the shoulder and say you're ready.
Right.
They feel like they're
To
constantly
discover that.
chasing the lead. Yeah. Like someone will knock on your front door and be like, we've been waiting.
Yeah.
And often internally, it feels like you're very capable of doing much more, but no one else around you seems to have seen it yet.
I think you hit the nail on the head. It's the Germans call it the Hintergedanke. It's the thought at the back that's going on. I know we can do better in terms of visibility and exposure and brand recognition. So I mean, your clients are, when I say aggressive, marketplace, they want to get ahead, they want to grow, they're committed to that. They try a lot
Yeah,
of things. Clearly, some
yeah,
of those things are not working. But what is it that your clients are telling you when they engage with you, that some of the mistakes they made before they
yeah.
meet? 3.5 minutes left.
Great, love it. So, the biggest thing we see is like, I've got a logo and I've got a brand and nothing's cutting through. And I'm like, is that all you're trying? Is that all you've done? Like, we think
Oh,
of
you've got a
branding to
website.
be, oh, and it's not good. And
I
there's
have. I've got
no
a LinkedIn
con
profile.
yeah, oh, it's still when was the last time you posted? So we often see, like, I'm posting on social media, and that means once every 2 weeks. We often see, I've got all my branding, everyone knows who I am, it's on our website, and you don't tell me you keep telling me what you do, not how you like, and being focused on how you do it. I need it's not just result driven. They often do things like, well, I later for PR, later for awards, later for partnerships. And they often try to blend in rather than stand out and try to say, and really it often is driven from lack of wanting to avoid criticism and judgment.
Right.
And so not willing to stand and be like, this is what we do, this is the problem we solve, and I'm ready to take hate for it if I need to.
With Coco Chanel, in order to be indispensable, one must be different. But you're
Yes,
quite
sure.
courageous to be different because you stick your head up above the crowd. You don't.
Someone will yeah,
Yeah.
someone will try to cut it off. It is 100% true, it is a real issue, but at the same time, I'd rather do that than not be seen at all.
But I think there's a lot of value in having someone like you saying, "Look, I know, I know this is out there, but I think it's going to work really well." And or to assuage or offset some of the concerns that the client might have. Kind of standing in for their lack of confidence, perhaps, because you've worked with a lot of clients, you've seen what's worked and what hasn't worked. And maybe people like me do have dumb ideas. Maybe we do need to be hit down, but then we might have an idea that could make us $1 million, but we just need that confirmation and maybe some tweaking as well. So I'm talking too much now, so I'm going to go to the next question. Question 5. What would you give us a top tip? Something that someone could do this week that it's not going to solve the whole problem, but it might take them one step closer.
So I would say the number one tip I can give anyone to go and do is write down 10 things that you want to be known for. What can happen? And that's all you're allowed to talk about. So it can be, I'm the marketing expert, I'm the visibility expert, I'm an expert in awards. That's what I'm known for. And that's all I talk about. Because and you have to talk about it every single day, every post, every pitch, every partnership, every webinar that you do around that. Consistency always builds recognition, and recognition builds a brand that people can't ignore.
Right. And just listen to politicians at election time. They'll say 3 messages and they'll say it 1,000 times over. It doesn't matter what question they get asked, they will give you the same 3 answers.
For sure, 100%.
Because they know it works. They know that the repetition gets the message through and they become known for something, whether it's infrastructure or jobs or whatever else it happens to be, law and order and so on. Question 6, where can people go to find out more about what you're doing and maybe some sort of valuable resource?
Yeah, we have tons of those. JemimahAshleigh.com. Given that I'm pretty visible, it's a good place to start. Try
Yeah.
there. We have a lot of resources in and around visibility, looking at personal brand, PR, awards, media authority, and how to get known and remembered.
Fabulous. Jemimah Ashleigh, Jemimah, here we go. So Jemimah, Jemimah, Ashleigh, as you would think, ASHLEIGH.com. And you had another one as well, the awardsportal.com. I'll just throw that in there.
Yeah, theawardsphoto.com, we created the only database in the world that has every single business award under the sun in one location. So
Wow.
that's where we keep all of that. If you're ever looking for business awards, that's where I'd head.
Wow. Okay. Last question. I'm a bit naughty. I'm going over time, but I'm going to give you a whopping 30 seconds to answer it. What's the one question I should have asked you but didn't?
I think the big thing is what immediately makes a brand unforgettable, because I think we all want that one hack. So it's not about visuals or clever copy. The number one tip that I would give you if you want to be completely unforgettable, you have to believe in what you're talking about and show it with authenticity and be
Mm.
consistent every single day. So
Ooh, spine is
it's
tingling.
you can't build a brand if you're hiding and not owning your space. Step into it, you own it, you're good at what you do, and believe that you're good at what you do, and start talking like you're
Nice.
amazing at what you do.
Nice.
People
The
will start
world
buying.
will follow a confident person. Jemimah
They will.
Ashleigh, thank you so much. Lots of valuable insights there, squeezed into 7 and a little bit minutes. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for checking out our Marketing the Invisible podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review. It's very much appreciated. And if you want to generate 5 fresh leads in just 5 hours, then check out www.5hourchallenge.com.